Episode 4, Turnabout Succession. And that is the whole truth of this case. What? Mason system? What is going on here? Heart monitor, got it. And flatline. Somebody dead. In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years. Ooh. Ooh. Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. So many guns being fired. Oh, shit. Okay, that must be the case that happened 7 years ago. And now, you stand ready to begin the final chapter of this story. Oh? What the heck? Who dat? Who this? I don't know who this is. Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours. Oh, Lord. It's Christoph Douchebag. It's the other Gavin, bro. October 7th, 10:37 a.m. Write Anything Agency. Well, who's ready for episode 4, everyone? We got a teaser. We got a little bit of a tease. It looks like we're going to get that flashback on Phoenix's case that I've been waiting for, or at least, I don't think this is a flashback, but I think that we're going to get lots of callbacks. You know how we had to bring up the DL6 incident a bunch in the 4th case in the first Ace Attorney? I think it's going to be kind of like that, where the old case is going to be relevant to something that's going to happen now. But we shall see. Here we go. Hey, Apollo! Look on TV! Look! Yeah, I'm kind of busy. Whoa, look at that! He's the last Grammary, all right. Amazing! Apollo, you should be watching this. Ow, ow, ow. What? I was writing about our last case in my journal. God. Lawyers are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. And why now? That case was 3 months ago. Okay, well, time frame, 3 minutes later. Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know? I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Wow, that's an interesting way to phrase that. I want to vacuum pack the feel for later. Man, I want to use that now. That's actually kind of a nice line. Anyway, right now I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how Lamiwar disappeared. That's right. Uncle Valent did that illusion too. But you're missing him on TV right now. I was just getting to the good part. Suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while she's away. Well, he's away. What you're seeing now, or what you're now seeing, is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth. Happening right here at our very own Sunshine Coliseum. The Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Gaviners concert was. Only 3 more days until miracles happen here, right before your unbelieving eyes. The legendary Troupe Grammary is performing for the first time in 7 years. Okay. But isn't... So, let's just listen. That's gonna be great! I'm so there! You and Daddy are coming too! The legendary Grammaries. If Trucy's real father were still alive, he'd be on that stage performing miracles. I got tickets and everything! Here's yours, Apollo! Magic show ticket received. Okay. Apparently this is important. We have a ticket now. I do have questions about who's in that picture, but I'm just going to let it play out before I go crazy on the questionings. Squeak? Ah, you are here, working hard or hardly working. That's got to be, yeah, I was like, that's got to be Phoenix. Hey, how have you been? Hi there, stranger. Not exactly the kind of greeting I'd want to hear from my own kid. Though he has been gone a long time. Ha ha ha, how goes it, Trucy? Here, I got a present for you. Yay, pudding! I love pudding! Ooh, it's farm fresh! Right out the cow! Oh, and not just 1 pudding, but 3 whole cups! I'll have to pace myself. Well, I'm Pete. That's right, Daddy. You're on a top secret mission. gotta take it easy with the secrets, you know. How right you are. So, you, still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it is time. It has something to do with you, anyway. Huh? With me? Oh, maybe you're getting a top secret mission, too. Maybe you could be one of those guys. A spy. Can I just be a defense attorney? To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. Oh, okay then. What? Tell me. You've heard of the juris system, yes? Are these games going to start having juries after this game? Or even in this trial? That'd be interesting. The juris system? That's right. The new legal system everyone's talking about. Have you heard of it, Apollo? Huh? Maybe. Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The juris system, huh? Well, let's talk about it, I guess. So, Daddy, what's this juris system thing? Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is? I've heard of it. Isn't that those people who sit in court in those old courtroom dramas? The ones who get to decide if a guy's innocent or guilty? Do you know, Apollo? Only from TV. It's 12 people chosen from the community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling the new system the juris system. No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor. Not quite that harsh. The jurists cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. And there'll only be 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo. Their findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully people will start taking the courts a little more seriously now. I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show, starring Dr. Wright. Dr. Wright, his assistant Trucy, and mascot Apollo. A perfect team. Mascot? Hey! Is it because of the victory V of Harry has? Is that what it is? Secret mission? So what is this secret mission? The juris system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like the system are always risky, Apollo. Too true. Everyone's got an opinion, and they just talk and talk. Nothing gets decided. They're like assholes. Everyone has one, and most of them stink. Kind of like you, Apollo. I'm not that bad, am I? In any case, we're going to give it a shot. A test, if you will. I don't like tests. We'll take a case as a sample, and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping with that process, incidentally. Helping how? Well, for one, I'll be chair of the Jurist Systems Simulated Court Committee, the JSSCC. The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the jurist candidates, even the judge in the courtroom. Wow, it's like you have a real job. I was never that good at piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is. A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting. So, what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since it is the first run-through of this new system, I wanted something simple. Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious. True. Cases of murder. That's not simple at all. By simple, did you mean that the defendant is... guilty. Yes, most likely. So, good luck, Apollo. Wait, what? With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall that I said it had something to do with you. Go for it, Apollo. It's just a test case anyway, no sweat. Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a potentially serious sentence. The most serious in a worst-case scenario. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial. That's a real trial. All the forms have been filed. There's no turning back now. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope you can make room in your schedule. Why am I the only hearing about this now? Yeah, there was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Something that happened last night. Oh, God. Okay, let's keep going with this. Hey, Apollo, I know you're all excited about that secret mission, but what about this? The Troop Gramarye Grand Magic Show. Huh. Oh, right. The card tricks. They're not card tricks. They're grand illusions, miracles, the apocalypse, heaven and earth will shake. So what? That's 3 whole days from now. It's at Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go. Let's go today. We can say hi to Uncle Valiant. Have fun. What? I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing. Right. Why not go with her? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something that he's not telling me. Yippee! Now you can take me to the Coliseum. I suppose it wouldn't kill me to pop over there. Ah, Gramarye. That reminds me. What's this, Daddy? Isn't that silk cap the Gramarye seal? Consider it a birthday present, Trucy. Thanks, it's great. But today isn't my birthday. Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day? Then it's Recycle Your Plastics present. Yippee! So it's plastic! I've given him trying to understand them. It's much easier that way. So what is it? Can I open it, Daddy? No. Huh? You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it till then. It'll be the answer to the next case, trust me. Well, why didn't you just hold on to it then, until then? Because that would be the logical thing to do. Phoenix doesn't work on logic, okay? Do not open until the time is right. Phoenix right? An envelope about the Gramaryes, huh? Okay. Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do. I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? If all goes well, then yes, of course. This is just a test. We wanted everyone to start without preconceptions. A blank slate, as it were. There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that anyway? Well, mine. Committee chair, remember? Oh. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose. I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good. That's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved with the case. What? Then how am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial. All of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo, if I am in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility. For good or for bad. Just do what you can. And don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Alright. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get to her, if you can get her to talk. Well, time's a wasting. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say this whole thing. We're saying that the person we're defending is almost very likely guilty, right? But maybe we're gonna find out that apparently we just found out it's a she. Apparently she probably didn't do it, and that's gonna be the big kicker of this. I think this is we're gonna try and do like a trial simulation where we're gonna try and do an easy verdict where she's guilty, but we're gonna find out that she's not guilty based on the evidence, and we're gonna have to go through some whole rigmarole to solve that. But I can't imagine no other events happen during this fucking last case here, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, before we leave, let's examine some stuff. We do have Phoenix in the room, so some different dialogue might happen. Wanna have a go at that ring, Apollo? No, I was just touching it. Come on, there's no need to be shy. Just slip it on. There. Ouch! You're way too tense. You gotta loosen up there. The human body wasn't meant to bend like that. What did she even do? A plate of plastic spaghetti for displaying in a shop. Where the heck did she get this stuff? Okay, so no new dialogue there. No one's practicing the piano, as usual. Even calling him a pianist is an insult to pianists everywhere. Okay, Apollo, I'm gonna guess what you're thinking right now. Huh? What was I, making a funny face or something? I'm so hungry. I'm right? Of course I am. There's no of course about it. You guessed wrong. Besides, that's not what I'm thinking. It's what you're thinking. How did you know that? How did you do that? You read my mind, Apollo. At least you've got that pudding. That's right. Try not to eat my share, will you? Oh. I mean, he brought back 3 puddings. Were we assuming that 1 pudding is supposed to be for each of us? The magician in the photo. Is that your... My real daddy? Yep. Zach Gramery. He disappeared when I was little. I hung that up there so I wouldn't forget what he looked like. I see. She's smiling, but I'll bet that smile doesn't go very deep. Fair enough. This is sure to be a simple case with no complications whatsoever. Of course not. If it's the final case, it's going to be easy peasy. What would be hard about a final case in an Ace Attorney game? Nothing. Nothing will get complex and complicated and ridiculous. Nothing. Can't believe you're using this cutting a person apart as cutting a person apart box as shelf space. You know, I used that trick on stage the other night. Imagine my surprise when I pulled one of my shirts out of the box. You should really examine your props before the show. You really should. The hat. That hat. Is that a spare? It looks exactly like the one you always wear. That's the first rule of a professional. Be prepared. You know, I put it on the other day, and this strange white substance fell all over me. It was like magic. Or like fingerprint powder. Yeah. Oops. Also, I do have to agree, the bass in this song, it's going pretty hard. Charlie. The plant. It intrigues you, doesn't it? Not really. It's just the only thing in here that doesn't have some secret function. Nah, no secrets, but lots of memories. And a name too. Want to hear it? Not really. His name is Charlie, if you were curious. Really, I wasn't. But we already knew that. But thank you, Phoenix. Thank you. Ah, those legal books were left by my mentor. Too bad I gave up the practice before reading them. There's quite a few magic books in there too, you know. Those would be Trucy's. She'll remember they're there eventually, I'm sure. For a moment, I thought Mr. Wright might do magic too. A scary thought. That would be pretty funny. I'm Phoenix Wright, Master Magician. I learned from the greatest magician, Max Galactica. Anyway, Maximilian Galactica, to be exact. Or by his real name. Well, didn't he have, like, wasn't his real name like Billy Joe Bob or some shit like that because he was from the country? Billy Bob Johns or some shit like that? Billy Bob something? Anyway. Ooh, careful there, Apollo. A lot of people run into that table, you know. Why, some client knocked the pot clean over the other day. Why not get a more sturdy table? Maybe the table is partially to blame. There's no maybe to this. That thing is a death trap. Absolutely. Alright, I think we've examined everything in here again. We can move on to wherever the heck we're going, I guess. Take that! Is this your card? Alright. Let's go to the detention center and meet our client, I guess. October 7th, detention center, visitor's room. That's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20 minutes! Maybe I should complain. I'm sure that guard has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us. No, that's what he does all day, every day. He doesn't move an inch. You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way. Like shouting, "Oh, waiter!" and they're standing right behind you. Oh, guard! Is your client going to be much longer? What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet? Huh? Oh. Eek! What? Where'd you come from? She's just standing over there to the left, peeking around the corner. That's not creepy. Not creepy at all. Okay, so this girl was the one that was in the intro for this case. She was standing in the courtroom and she just kind of collapsed backwards. I wonder what that's going to be about. I don't know what I'm going to do with her voice, though. Well, anyway, please have a seat. Okay. I'm nervous, Apollo. It's the silence. It builds suspense. Why don't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you? That's right. Okay. Cha-ching! I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. She's like, that's stupid. Wait, what? Eek! She passed out! Ms. Magic Underwear might have been a better bet. That's Magic Panties, Apollo. Oh my god. Gotta call it panties. Underwear is not appropriate around here. Okay, so she didn't pass out forever. She got back up. Is she gonna say anything to us? Hi. Well, I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know? And by fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good with astrology? Tell me, what's your sign? Wow, is Apollo... Apollo must be attracted to her immediately, because he's already like, you're so cute, I can't... What's your sign, huh? I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo. No, never mind. I just got carried away there. I seem destined to get difficult clients, it seems. Alright, name? So what's your name? Oh, right. I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo Justice. And I'm Trucy Wright. I know. This is getting nowhere fast. Hey, I know. Maybe you could tell us what happened. I'm your defense attorney, after all. Anything out of the ordinary happened lately? Well, the other day this tourist from out of town stopped to ask me directions. Later, Trucy, later. I feel like I need to ask directions myself here. Well, that was fruitless. No, I think I understand despair. I understand despair a little better now. You did good, Apollo. Did I, though? The fuck is that? Is it a statue of a hand? Hello? Look, she's doing her nails. Oh, is that what's happening? What? Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. She's gonna be a bitch like that? Oh. Hold on. Excuse me. Could you read this? Sure? I feel like a teenager on a first date. And this is the love letter we pass from desk to desk at school. Stop looking so wistful and read it, Apollo. Yeah, Apollo immediately smitten with this girl. Immediately. It's a business card with a name and an address. The name is Vera Misham? Vera Misham? Vera Misham? Misham? Vera Misham? Vera Misham? I'm looking at this name trying to figure out. Trying to see if it's got anything that's like stands out about it being a pun or something. Vera Misham. Vera Misham. Vera Misham. Vera Misham. Vera Misham. Vera Misham! I don't know. It's not hitting me right away, but maybe it will if I have to say it a few more times, you know? The address is for Drew Studio. I mean, that makes sense. To be drawn. Drew Studio at Vera Misham. And you're giving me this card because... Well, looks like we're finished here. I wonder if Drew Studio is the scene of the crime. Let's go find out. See, this is only pushing my thought process even more to most likely this girl is going to be innocent and not guilty, and we're going to have to end up proving it in the end. But it's probably going to have to go through a whole lot more shit to get there. So anyway, I guess we're going to Drew Studios. I was going to go to the Coliseum, but I guess that's not on the list unless I go back to the agency. I can go there. Should we go there first? Let's see. I kind of want to go here just to see if anything happens. October 7th, Sunshine Coliseum. Woohoo! This is it, Apollo! The place where magic and dreams converge. Just a while ago, it was the place where murder and nightmares converged. Let's go say hi to Uncle Valiant. What about the case? Only a performer laughs like that.
The young Miss Trucy. How often I hoped we'd meet again, only to tell myself it was an impossible dream.
Uncle Valiant, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too.
Of course you are.
Humility is definitely not one of his stronger traits.
Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you come to give me flowers, do it after the show, I beg you.
Actually, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show.
Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles, such as the ones I shall perform.
Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture.
The world will watch in wonderment as Magnifi's illusions are reborn. Here on stage, by my hand.
Okay. I guess we'll chat with him for a minute. What's up, dude? Big magic show. Tell me about it. Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Gramarye Miracle is back after a 7-year absence?
Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his.
Daddy.
My co-magician in training, Zach Gramarye, if that terrible thing hadn't...
It's okay.
Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valiant Gramarye, would have been proud to stand upon this stage as his assistant.
Thanks, Uncle Valiant.
You know... Oh, sorry. I thought he was talking to me.
You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think we get to see the great Magnifi's illusions again. She really is looking forward to this, isn't she? Indeed.
My mentor, the magnificent Magnifi Gramarye, was a true deity among magicians. A creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations.
I was so little when I last saw him, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience, and then sped off into outer space, faster than the speed of sound. I'm guessing that memory was a little embellished.
For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Gramarye Troop's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny. Yes, you, nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses. How can I help you?
If the world was waiting, then why did you hold off for 7 long years?
It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land.
I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic.
The performance of Magnifi's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more.
7 years? That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it? And why was that?
A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy.
Performance rights? Alright. Can you tell us about these performance rights?
Magnifi's magic relied on an incredible and innovative idea, a trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property, and as such, was protected by property laws. Intellectual property, maybe. Intellectual property, maybe. Magnifi knew this and bequeathed it in his will. To one person.
You mean him?
Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Gramarye was the inheritor of the Gramarye Miracle. That's why he had to die. And now I can perform his trick because he's dead and he's been dead for 7 years. And so the statute of limitations ran out and now I can use it. Is that really what the basis of this case is going to be? This guy's going to be the murderer so he could do the fucking magic trick that his partner inherited and not him because he's mad about it? Just going to put that out there right now.
Daddy!
Yet, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly 7 years ago.
I think I see where this story is going.
Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct?
Oh, sorry. Correct? That was Paulo.
In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves conceal your competence well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years.
Ah!
Yes, Miss Trucy. Though it pains me to say it, this past spring, April to be precise, was the time. Your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor Magnifi passed to me. This was in fact stipulated in the will by Magnifi himself.
Is that how it works, Apollo? Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing permanently. Daddy. Well, all the more reason for him to show up alive, am I right? Should we present this guy with my stuff? Sure, let's do it.
A challenge, is it? You want me to make that disappear? Very well, give it to me.
No, thanks. All magicians like this? Paulo, what was that look just now? I was just thinking how hard it is to get any information out of a magician. Alright, so he's... A challenge, is it? No. This? I was wondering if you could tell me about this?
Aha! Why, that bears the Gramarye seal.
Uncle Valent, is something wrong?
Trucy, where did you get this?
Ooh. He's looking intense now. Daddy gave it to me.
Your daddy? My partner Zach?
No. My other daddy, Phoenix Wright.
Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy... Your Lord Daddy?
Lord Daddy? That's kind of stretching the whole archaic thing a bit.
This signature upon the back, do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Gramarye.
What? Daddy signed this?
Might I be so bold as to open it?
I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that.
Okay.
What's in this envelope, I wonder? I don't know, but it's very sus now. Also, welcome to the stream, FML. I need more hours of justice. What are you talking about? 4.5 hours of justice is never enough. We need all the hours. But welcome in, sir. How you doing? Let's present him this real quick. Okay, he wants to make it disappear. Got it. All right, does he say anything new now that I showed him that envelope, I wonder? And if not, then we're out of here. Okay. Well, we'll be back later, Unc. I'm going to Drew's studio. New place. Here we go. Drew's studio. October 7th. Drew's studio. Wow, this looks like a studio. Well, yeah, no shit. It's like life imitating art, or maybe it's the other way around? But the tape on the ground there, it's a bit jarring. Yeah, looks like we found our crime scene. 4.5 hours of grounded tonight. That's doing too much, Dragon. But welcome in regardless. How you doing? Apollo, look at all those paintings. Hey, don't touch those. It's okay. I'm just looking. Sure you are. That's that one's actually pretty nice with the blowfish. I like that. Some kind of underwater. Is that a peach? Huh? Apollo, look at this one. Is she sitting there and there's a peach in the water? Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath. But that's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all. Yeah, good point. That is odd. Okay. Half-finished painting with the rough sketch that's visible. I might want to look at that a little closer. All the paintings have a really different style, too. I thought I might find you two here. Who is it? Anyway, you just want me to turn on the server for the grounded game, Dragon? Why do I have to turn it on? If I'm not going to play with you, why would I want to play? Why would you want to play in the one we're all supposed to play on together? Just saying. Of course it's Emma. Emma! Long time no see! Oh. Seems like I run into you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here, too. You know about the trial simulation tomorrow. Oh, sorry. You know about the trial simulation tomorrow? I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh? We don't even know what the case is about. Well, he was killed. The artist who owns this studio, that is. Okay. Mr. Drew Misham. Drew Misham. Vera Misham and Drew Misham. Drew Misham. Drew Miss Ham. Driving Miss Ham. Drew Misham. Drew my Sham. Misham. And his daughter, and his daughter was put under arrest. Oh, she's Vera. She's Vera, the dead dad. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center. It was funny, though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who could commit murder. You don't say. Not even by poisoning? That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning's a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman. Wow. Poisoning? Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my schnackers. We can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around, which means we better find out as much as we can here at the scene. Or else. Dragon says he's got a castle in the sky to build. I thought... whatever. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I thought if you were going to play off screen, you were going to do it on your own, but I guess... whatever. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm a little busy right now, okay? Alright. Sorry, I was watching this kitty. Just making sure she's not playing with one of my cords. She's playing with one of her little niece toys. Alright, let's talk to Emma first. The victim. So this Drew Misham was some kind of artist? Apparently did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. Had a lot of female fans too, for what it's worth. Oh? Well, I guess his stuff is kind of pretty. Like that oil painting over there, for instance. Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh, so it was a standalone painting or something. Is that what she means? He was an odd bird, Misham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end. What do you mean, to anyone? He was always locked up here in his studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through letters he put in that letterbox there. Letters? Do people still write letters? What do you mean, Apollo? I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days? Not Mr. Misham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail. Maybe he thought that way was more artistic, you know? Maybe. Also, we added all the paintings to our court record. I didn't even realize. But alright. You just got a call from the vet about the kitty. Did you have some kind of smart-ass comment for me? Not really, FML. Not really. Dragon's the one that brought you up. I didn't bring you up. In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera. Oh, you mean the killer? The suspect, please? We took some fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Misham's and Vera's, basically. Basically? Actually, last night, Mr. Misham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. It happened during the interview, apparently. His first interview ever? Could you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? I would like to know more. Mail is technology. Do you think monkeys send letters to each other in the jungle? They might. They might. The defendant. Also, Nacho's here. Hi, Nacho. So, this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Misham's daughter, right? Yep, a real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside. She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura. She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company. Her good luck charm? Apparently, she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. Why can't I ever get a normal client? But why would a shut-in daughter kill her own dad? Don't look at me. So, about the poison. It was found to be in his coffee, right? No, not precisely. Not precisely? What does that mean? It means see for yourself, I think. Cool. Anyway, you're gonna go pick up Keiko at 3:30 today? Good. You pick up your kitty. Anyway, let's hear about the night of the crime, shall we? Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles. And it just so happened that he died the night of his first interview? Coinky dink. At around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always made him a cup of coffee. Last night, he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill. And died? She poisoned him on the night of this interview. Oh, she poisoned him on the night of his interview? Wouldn't the reporter see? He wasn't near Mr. Misham when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice he was there. It was the reporter who called the police, in fact. Wait, but why is she the suspect? If anyone's suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledges that. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Dun dun dun. What the fuck is this girl eating? She's eating little tiny pieces of shit. They're called snackoos. I don't know what they are. They're chocolate, I think. I don't know. But they're called snackoos. I do know. That is not a false thing I just told you. Alright, time to examine the room, I suppose. I didn't examine the area outside the Coliseum. Not that I think I'm going to find anything useful out there, but I didn't examine it. There's a painting behind the dresser. That's sus, right? Hey! There's a painting hidden back here.
Hey, you're right.
What if it's embarrassing somehow and he didn't want anyone to see it?
You certainly seem pleased by the possibility.
Let's take a look.
Wait.
Huh. So it's so normal.
That's hardly something to get mad about.
Huh? What is it, Apollo?
Well, doesn't this painting look like... Never mind. It looks like the other painting. I'd better get a professional opinion on this. It looks similar to the other painting, but the more finished version of it. Interestingly enough. You'd rather have cheesy poofs than snackoos? Understandable, cheesy poofs are delicious.
That letterbox looks funny sitting inside of a room like this.
Let's take a look. Empty.
The other half of that letterbox is actually connected to the outside of the studio. Mr. Misham would put his letters in there, and the postman took them away.
Yeah, that's how mail works, thank you.
Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day and age, or wrote, rather.
So impressive. Alright, let's take a look at the coffee cups.
I imagine this coffee cup was for guests to use. Guess?
Did the police already analyze this cup too?
Not a trace of poison was found on that cup.
So the killer was after Drew Misham alone. Okay.
Ah, that's the victim's coffee mug. Ah, so the poison was in here. This is my first time seeing a real poison mug of coffee.
I would hope so.
Poison coffee. Not exactly actually.
What do you mean?
No traces of poison were found in the coffee.
What?
You'll have to figure the rest out yourself. I'm officially not on your side after all.
Wow. Okay. There's no poison in the coffee. Noted. Goldfish and Cheez-Its are better than Cheesy Poofs. I will 100% agree with you on that, Omega. Cheesy Poofs are good, aka Cheez-Its or Cheetos or Poofy Cheetos. Cheeto Puffs, that's the word I'm looking for. But Goldfish and Cheez-Its? Cheez-Its are actually my jam. Number one cheesy cracker snack. Number one is Cheez-Its. Number one. Alright, so I already looked at these paintings, but let's click on them anyways.
I wouldn't mind taking a closer look at those paintings.
Kinda already did, but sure.
I just love oils, you know? How they're so thick. Is that the word?
Thickica? These paints are all dry. I'm just surprised at how different these all are.
Yeah, and what's going on with this half-finished one?
Must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketch below.
That's so weird. The sketch part doesn't really fit the finished parts.
I noticed. That is weird. I'll have to examine that a little closer, but I'm going to make sure we examine the whole room first.
Eek, Apollo! And that's where the body was! That's the spot where Mr. Drew Misham passed away. He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See that half-painted painting there? He must have been working on that right up to the moment he died. Wow, a true artist to the end. Or maybe he started it a year ago and was procrastinating.
Something along those lines, I'm sure. Alright, nothing else to examine down there. I guess, oh, there's the other half of the room. Let's not forget about that. There's a shelf with paints.
Look at all these paints, Apollo. There's so many. He's got like 20 kinds of red. We can repaint your suit, Apollo. How about this shade of green?
That'll be enough of that, thanks. Fine, thanks. Let's take a closer look at this desk here. Zoom in! There are objects here, like a picture. So this is Drew Misham.
And this little girl must be Vera.
Yes. They took that some years ago. They look close. A happy little family. Until you get arrested as daughter.
Ah! Look, I was personally against that, okay? She just didn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking.
Uh-huh. Right.
You like his fabulous hair. It is pretty good. It is pretty dope hair. Fucking the one poof in the air and the one poof down, like one comb down. It's pretty dope. And also, hard disagree that cheese balls are better than Goldfish and Cheez-Its. You can fuck right off with that opinion, Dragon. You can take that opinion and shove it. Not saying cheese balls aren't good. Cheez-Its are better, though. Ooh, cute! Look at the tiny frame, Apollo. Tiny is right. That thing's barely 2 inches high. What picture would fit in that hat? None, apparently. It's empty. There's no glass in it, either. What's it doing sitting on the desk? This is a lesson for us all. Be sure to check the size when you buy frames. Absolutely. Is this a journal? Wow, talk about a clue. Let's read it. What is it, Apollo? He didn't write the name of the killer, did he? It's new. He didn't write a single line. Ah, you had me going for a while there. So it's an empty journal. Okay. Cheez-Its are dry as fuck, and you need a lot of water to get that shit down. Every fucking cheese snack is like that, but crackers especially, duh. Cheez-Its are crackers. Goldfish are also crackers. Duh. Duh. Anyway, statue. Something about the way that figure is posed. I've seen that pose before. It's you, Apollo. See? You're making one of your flamboyant gestures. Please, I am a professional, okay? I wonder why it's posed like that. Because he's going, take that! Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. You did instigate the cheese snack wars, FML. Good job. You did it. Hey, Apollo, what's this feather thingy? Isn't that a pen? Like an old-fashioned quill pen? But it doesn't have a pointy end. That was most likely for sweeping detritus off the desk. Wow, you sure know a lot, Emma. Bold and scientific. That's my motto. Exactly what about that was bold or scientific? Hard to say. Alright, the drawer is open. That's the last thing here, I think. This envelope has been opened and resealed. Ooh, I know how to do that. Take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. The glue melts and it opens. Cool, huh? Whoever did this wasn't so delicate. You're right. Looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh? The postmark of this letter is from 7 years ago. Why would someone open a letter, then seal it again? I better hang on to this. 7 years ago, you say? The letter might matter. Alright, anything else here? I think we scanned everything on the desk. We got the rest of the room still to look around at. What this? Yeah, what a coinky dink. 7 years ago? Couldn't be connected. No, sir. What is all this equipment for? Doesn't look very artistic, really. He had everything from a lathe to a laser cutter. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and wood, too. Though, his equipment's a bit old, to tell the truth. Why would a painter need all this? From the dust, I'd say he hasn't used this stuff in years. This corner doesn't fit the rest of with the rest of the studio. Oh, do you think I could borrow this? Oh, sorry. You think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half to make a trick coin. This is a crime scene, Trucy. But these cost like 50 bucks at the magic shop. Lathes are pretty cool. I agree. My dad had one of those because he used to make, at least I think it's called a lathe. It's the thing we use to make like stair balusters for like staircases. You know, like the you know, if you know what a baluster is, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I'm pretty sure you use a lathe to make like the cool shapes that they make. Yeah. The lathe is the one that spins something sideways. Yeah, you use the lathe to make the shape of the balusters for staircases. My dad used to do stairs. Anyway. Is this desk for painting, Apollo? That would be a drafting table? Drafting? Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams. Wow, painting is harder than I thought. Why would a painter need a drafting table? Was he an architect too? Solid question. Alright, anything else to examine around here? I don't think so. Doesn't seem to be. Alright, well, anything else I can talk to Emma about now that I've looked around? Indeed there is. I bet Emma can help us out here. Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo. Huh? What are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking. I mean, what is it we always do when we run into you at a crime scene? What is it we always do scientifically? Ah, you know me too well. Okay. Okay, meaning we could get, scientific now? Oh, I suppose. Just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out. Sounds good. Alright, time to start examining some of the shit that I found. Because I have not been doing that. All these pieces of paper probably don't matter, but can I look at them closer anyways, just to see? Are you ready, Apollo? Ready for what? For what? For the Troop Gramarye Grand Magic Show! It's not like I'm getting up on stage or anything. What are you talking about, Apollo? You can't enjoy magic if you're not part of what's going on up on the stage. I'll lend you my spare costume if you need one. Huh? You mean I can't go in this? No! Doesn't get more straightforward than that. Indeed. Let's get scientific probably works as a pickup line for Emma. Probably. Yo, girl. What do you say we go back to my place and get scientific? Know what I mean? Ooh. Yeah, let's find some clues. Alright, anyway. Let's keep examining things. That ticket cost $70. I wasn't even paying attention to the price, but that is quite expensive for sure. Ah, looky here, a handwritten signature. It says, I can't read it. That seems odd to me. I mean, isn't the signature intended to show ownership? What's the use if no one can read it? Isn't it enough if you can read your own? Oh, I never thought of it that way. We also found out that that's Zach Gramarye's signature, according to Mr. Uncle Valent. So I guess we'll have to see what that's about later. Alright, let's start examining some of this shit. What a pretty business card. Looks like a postcard almost. And on the back, just her name. That seems odd to me. What does? Why write your name on the front and back of the card? Why not use the space on the card for a self-portrait or a caricature? Then people would remember what you look like, too. It's not a bad idea, actually. Here, give me one of your cards, Apollo. She's drawing something. Hey, my hair's not that spiky. But it is. But it is, Apollo. But it is. Alright. Okay. I want to examine this butt down here. Well, what do we have here? Looks like a person thinking about something. Maybe they're worried. Like, what should I have for supper? A hot dog or a hamburger? You know, I've always wondered about that. Why is there supper and dinner? Are they different meals or the same thing? Maybe that's what this person's thinking about. What's the difference between supper and dinner? The tough, brutal questions of life. Alright, let's look at this blowfish. Is that a pufferfish? Apollo, that's clearly a porcupine fish! They're not the same thing? You know what gets me? They've got all these needles, right? But what's protecting that soft spot on the lower belly there? Nothing. Must remember to keep Trucy away from small, round fish. She might eat them from the belly up. Because she's crazy like that. Should I have checked the back of these paintings just to see if there's anything back there? You never know. Maybe there'll be something on the back of one of these. Alright, this one's got a big old James and the Giant Peach on it. Apollo, look at this painting. You can see the rough sketch. Oh, looks like it was only half completed. Oh, that's funny. Do the rough sketch and the finished painting look totally different to you? Do you too? They do, actually. What's that all about? Maybe he was painting over something? I also can't really tell what the rough sketch was supposed to be. It just looks like a mess. Okay, there's the mailbox. We looked at it. Hidden painting. Hey, Apollo, this painting, I know it. Huh? Really? It's that story where the old woman is doing the wash in the river. And this giant peach comes floating on down. That might possibly be the strangest thing I've ever heard. I mean, it looked like a giant peach to me. Sorry, I thought I saw something on the back, but I did not. Okay, cup of coffee. There's definitely some shit going on here. Like this blue spot on here is very sus. Can we examine anything on this thing? Oh, here we go. Hey, look there! That stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about. Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. No, this stain is... Oh, no, this stain is probably... better ask Emma. That's one we're going to present to her for sure. Alright, last but not least, envelope. Apollo, look! It's been opened once here. You're right. I wonder if there's some way we can see what's inside. Should I try to get it open and then stick it back shut? Let's not tamper with the evidence, shall we? I've got a better idea. Emma, let's ask her. Absolutely. Alright, so we got two things we can show Emma that matter here. We can show her paintings too, probably. But let's stick to what we should show her first. Letter first. Emma, about this. Oh, yes. Why, that's a bright red envelope. She sure is jumpy. Someone opened this, didn't they? My lips are sealed. Wait, what? Why you lying, girl? Your lips are sealed? That's a first. You mean you know what's inside the envelope? Sure, I read it after all. You mean you're the one who ripped this open? Please, I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side. Weapon? Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for gathering information. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors. Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. I will in a moment. About that envelope we found. I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at the dentist? Oh, that was Trucy talking, sorry. That's right. At least that's what I call it. Huh? It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray spectralization... something. How am I supposed to remember all that? So basically it lets you see inside things. Like envelopes? That's right. You're sharp, Trucy. But it's a bit more complicated than that in practice, of course. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically. Can I try it out, Emma? Please? Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo.
Whooshy, 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 whooshy. Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh, just seeing if I could see through your hair, but it's like lead.
Point that thing at me anymore and it might all fall out.
Then I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it.
Let's just get down to business, shall we? Shit's highly radiated, homie.
Right, let's test it on a sample first. It just so happens that I have a lottery ticket here.
Okay. New machine to learn how to use. Fun.
You set the sample in the device like so.
I don't see anything.
Patience, there's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope. Layer view? Layer view? You've got to set it to display the outside of the envelope. Now see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn that dial with the right stick for me, would you?
Sure. I'm not turning it at all. It's doing its own thing.
That's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan. Hey, I got something. See? That's how you can read the letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except I can't read them. Just turn the dial a little more. Okay. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see that paper as like a bunch of hills and valleys. Wow, really? This X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. It breaks cards down into thin layers, so it can only show what's written on that layer. I'm not certain entirely. I'm not entirely following you, but what good is it if you can't read anything? That's why we go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit, if you would. Try rubbing the image. Rubbing it, like going over the image with blah while holding blah. I'm rubbing it. I'm rubbing it. There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now turn the dial again, just a little. Good, now you can rub this image to fix it too. Hey, I get it! We just keep doing this until you get the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Neat, let's do some more. Alright, till we get the lotto numbers. We're almost there. I mean, that's good enough to see it, right? Close enough, but we can get it exactly filled in all the way. Okay, let's print this one out. Try again, bitch. You lose. Confirm. Does this mean I have to buy another one to win? Well, it's Emma's ticket. Let's let her buy another one. It's okay, there's no need, but see, this is the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat, huh? Now let's try it out on the real thing, shall we? Hell yeah. Kick fucking ass. Alright. Let's start filling it in, baby. You made some sweet tea last night, FML. Congrats. Does that mean you're drinking it right now? Ooh, dear Drew Misham. I see money involved. Ooh. Let's get the whole thing, though, before we read it all out loud, huh? Okay, let's print this one out. Mr. Drew Misham, I've deposited the $100,000 in a designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed the transfer. Sus. Someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Misham's account? His paintings must be really valuable. There's another page in there. Care to take a look? You bet I do! If you're going to read someone's mail, you might as well read it all. Here goes the second page then. Absolutely. Scanning page 2, please. Good to go for Cali in June and over July 4th. Oh, did you put it in for work? Just got permission from the boss? I gotcha. Alright, well, we'll have to pick which days exactly and actually, you know, buy tickets and get all that shit going. But it sounds like a good idea. Also, I saw you text me about the umbrella just now, Mara. I'll look for it before I leave to make sure she has it, if I can find the umbrella. I think it's by the door, in the back door, but maybe not. Because I know it's raining right now. Alright, let's print this one out and see what it says. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one. Again. Now that sounds sus. So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings. Well, the secrecy, though. And what? Why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right? Maybe it had some special significance to him. Well, Emma? Well, indeed. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping mum about it. Alright, so we learned some stuff about the envelope, so that's good. Am I going back to Cali just for some Jack-in-the-Box? I mean, it's definitely on the to-do list when I go there, but it's not a reason to go back. It's, okay, this way. It's a reason, but it's not, like, even in the top 10 reasons to go back, really. But it is a reason. Alright. Does she have anything else to talk about? No? Okay. Let's just present her the coffee cup as well. And yes, wouldn't we all want 100,000 deposited in our bank account? That is a true statement. We would all want that, sir. Alright, let's present this. Emma, about this mug. There's a pale blue, residue on the rim. That. Yes, well, it's just a rumor, but I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain. Pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma. Right. Okay, you got me. That's left over from my testing spray. Forensic science! I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma. It's not a hobby. So what kind of scientific stuff were you up to? This spray? That's what. It turns blue when it touches poison. So the poison that killed the victim was on this mug. That's right, see? It wasn't in the coffee. The killer applied it to the rim of the mug itself. Wow, science is amazing! Certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma would be willing to help us out a bit more. You should try buttering her up, Apollo. They say flattery will get you everywhere. It's certainly worth talking to her a bit more. About poison analysis. I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for atroquinine. Atroquinine. I'm going to go with quinine. Atroquinine, the deadly poison found in the autopsy. Uh-oh. I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Best tread lightly. It's one of the most virulent poisons. Virulent? I never had to know how to say that word. One of the most virulent poisons, but is absorbed into the body astonishingly slow. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of investigation for adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown... That's fine, really. We don't really need to know all of the gory details. I think I get it. You just spray the stuff on something you want to test, right? Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison with this. I want to try too, Emma. Pretty please. You don't have to ask twice. I already used it on everything suspicious, of course. Yay, let's give it a whirl, Apollo.
What are you doing?
I was just seeing if I got a reaction off of you.
How's this for a reaction? Never do that again. I'm not poisonous.
Tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand.
Let's just get down to checking for real poison, shall we?
Atroquinine? What? That's not how it was spelled, though. My roommate said my sense of direction was awful, so I packed my stuff and write. Did you type that correctly, DJ? Because I don't get it. Atroquinine? Oh, I don't know, man. Anyway, we need to spray some shit. Let's just spray the room till we find some... My roommate said my sense of direction was awful, so I packed my stuff and right. I see. Instead of left, you went right. I got it. I guess. Poison on the mailbox. No? Poison on the other cup? No. Poison on something on the desk? Poison on one of these things over here? What would make sense to have more poison on? The letter? No. The paint? Huh. The door handle? The painting itself, maybe? I'm trying to think of like what would be sus in this room to have poison on it. Pictures on the wall. The paint's over here. Too bad, no reaction there. sure Emma checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second. What is it, Apollo? Did you spray that little desk over there? I thought I did. I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know. Let's check it out, just to be sure. Oh. Okay. Well, I was going to say, there's some on that painting, or that photo frame. Alright. Why is there poison residue on that painting? Or that photo frame. Jesus, I keep saying painting. Eek! A reaction, Paulo! Where? Where? The inside of that cute little frame. Look! Well, would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy. I'm known to work magic. Never mind that. I was the one who found it. Tiny frame added to the court record. Okay. Why would the inside of that frame have poison on it? Looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned, in any case. So, Emma, I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came here for a story the night of the crime? I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear. I thought so. I'll never forget that face. But what was his name? Oh, right. Brushel. Brushel? Spark Brushel? Brushel! He's after a scoop to sell those to the papers. So a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed? Seems strange to you? Really strange. It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a magician. Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, that leaves only one other person. It wasn't Valiant Grammary by any chance, was it? Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valiant Grammary. Looks like I'll be heading out to that Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you that reporter's card if you want. Sure. Spark Brushel is his name, huh? Huh. Okay. Spark Brushel, what a name. Alright, well, I guess that was all I needed to really do here, unless she has more stuff to talk about, which I doubt. So... yeah, I guess we'll go back to Sunshine Coliseum. Oh, it's just you again, Uncle, huh? Should we present him anything? Maybe we got... oh, we'll present him the card. That's what we'll do. Present him the card. That's a good idea. So, a journalist was here on a story?
All eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens seek to commit its mysteries to paper.
His name was Brushel.
Brushel, 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 Brushel.
I think he remembers him. He doesn't look too happy about it.
Brushel, that cloying smell of mint when he smiles, yes.
Can you tell us more about him? What did he want?
Okay, I guess we'll talk to him about Brushel. Mr. Brushel, the journalist. A man by that name called on me just now.
Just now?
Valent's vision is always toward tomorrow. Valent's feet step always forward. That is all.
That's all very confusing.
I am to perform a big magic show, yes. I wanted someone to cover it. Yet he had ears only for that incident.
That incident?
In any case, I requested that the rapacious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died. What of it? It is but a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Grammary.
Uncle Valiant, do you know where the reporter went?
I recommend he visit that place popular with penalized perpetrators.
The detention center.
He was a rude individual. Might I see that card?
Sure.
He would tear apart my respectability. I will tear apart him.
Ah, here it comes, Apollo. Uncle Valiant's big magic trick. Is he going to fix the card? Not sure that qualifies as big magic. He's not going to fix it. He just tore it up because he's mad. What happened to the big magic?
It is not more miraculous for it to stay ripped.
Must have really not liked that journalist.
Now, the time has come when I must return to make my prestidigitation preparations. By your leave, Miss Trucy.
Thanks, Uncle Valiant.
3 days from now, make ready for a miracle.
Ooh. What do you think that journalist was after? And why did Valiant react like that to this envelope? I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit. I think you're not wrong. But I also think that this is a perfect time to cliffhang yo bitch asses and stop right here. I mean, I'm not just cliffhanging you. I'm cliffhanging myself here. The first case has definitely gotten off to a start. I can tell you that. What is even going on? Who knows? I mean, I know what's going on, but, like, what's going on with, like, how it's going to connect to the past and who this reporter actually is. I wonder if the reporter is going to be somebody who looks like somebody we recognize. That's what I'm wondering. I'm curious to find out. Why is he so curious about the incident? I'm assuming the incident from 7 years ago is what he's referring to. But, yeah, anyway, next time on Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, we pick it up right here on Case 4, and we proceed with the first round of investigations before this trial, this trial simulation, I think they called it, which is going to turn into a real trial, I'm sure. So it's going to be a good old, grand old, super duper time. I'll see you guys then. Peace!